In this Still Building America episode, we talk with the team at Vyper Industrial. The Green Bay, Wisconsin company launched in 2020 with its paradigm-shifting industrial chair design, winning over the fabrication and garage industries and more. The Vyper Industrial team prides itself on producing 100% American-made products and promising to set new standards for quality. We think you'll dig their passion and ideas. We are excited to have our guests with us today from Vyper. They make these incredible chairs. I know Josh has been loving his in the shop for Brown Dog Welding, as well as with General Dynamics Land Systems. Would you guys introduce yourselves, share with us your role at Vyper?
Absolutely. My name's Dayne, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Vyper.
I'm Dylan, Dean's brother. I'm also the other co-founder of Vyper.
And my name is Alex, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Vyper.
Right on, very cool. One of the things, like in our shop, we just got a bunch of your chairs. They're awesome. Everyone loves them. And it's something like, I've been looking for something like this for a long time, and it just hasn't existed. Like, it's not even like there was this big competitive market. You guys, there just wasn't anything. What was the genesis for you guys starting to build these chairs?
Honestly, my brother and I, so I don't know if you know that, but we're brothers. And
I said that.
Oh, you did? So we grew up in the, yeah.
We're all about family.
I don't know if we said it, but we're husband and wife. So.
Yeah, I don't listen to him much, so that's probably why. We grew up in the garage industry, and along with our father. So a little bit about our father. His name is Chris Rusch, and he was one of the founders of Rusch Machine and Design. So he made a lot of tube benders, tube notchers, a lot of the equipment that Bailey Industrial sells.
Okay. Yeah.
He built a big name for himself in the metal shaping, metal fabrication industry, and he was always working in the garage. And one of his biggest pain points was the chairs that he was using. They were the cheap, rickety, China-made chairs that everybody has in their garage. Yep. That have the tiny little plastic casters, the half-inch foam, terrible, cheap hydraulics. And he would always come in complaining that he either hurt his knee or hurt his back or whatever it is, that he tipped on his chair. And he said, enough's enough. Designed his own chair, built it, and breeded the Vyper Chair. And Dylan and I saw it. We're like, damn, this thing's awesome. And this is something that we think the market needs. And if it's something that we need, it's more than likely a million other people need that same product. So we redesigned it, added a couple different features to it, and built a website. And next thing you know, one chair turned to two, and two turned to 10, and turned to thousands. So,
and this has just been in the last four years, yeah?
No, not even. It's been like
2 years.
2 years.
Okay, I saw the 2018 on one of your LinkedIn's, I think. So that's what I got in my head. But that's incredible, the growth you guys have seen. How different is this chair versus the one that your dad made? What were some of the differences? Were there like differences for ease of production, or just things you found out along the way that you thought might be helpful in that design?
Yeah, good question. The first chair he made was kind of scrap pieces that he had laying around the shop, and it wasn't the most beautiful chair, but right. the idea was there.
The style was there too as well.
Yeah, the style, the idea of this American made, we really want to emphasize that American made quality aspect of it, because we're going to keep manufacturing American made chairs, and that's something that we promise to every chair that goes out. But it was the design and the overall look and style of it. It had a comfier seat, it had better arms, it had better casters, cleaner rails. So we just pretty much enhanced his prototype and made it.
We gave it a backrest, which is key.
Gave it a backrest as well. Pretty much took his prototype and just made it perfect. Covered all the pain points that we experienced in the shop garage industry, and made it the Vyper Chair.
Heck yeah. Do you think that the chair will evolve, or do you think that it's, I mean, no matter what, you could always sell the original, but have you thought about doing like an evolution or a series? Or obviously you have the shorter ones and the taller ones and those kinds of things.
I see your smiles.
Yeah, we got some more stuff planned, so we'll keep that on the wraps.
Yeah, you can. Stuff. You can be like all my my car friends who are like, we cannot talk about future product, but
yeah.
Kind of smile. You're like, all right.
A little bit of a surprise factor with it, so you'll see it soon, but we won't keep it on the wraps. But it's something a little bit of
Yeah.
a nod that direction, it'll be pretty
Right
cool.
on.
So pretty much where we've evolved the chair, like it's been nonstop improvements since the day we started, and we're still making improvements to it today. And it's the most minuscule of improvements because it's really high quality the way it is, but it's making it better and better every single edition we do. You know, whether
Yeah.
it's allowing it to hold more weight or allowing it to adjust the height faster or changing the seat foam to make it more comfortable or whatever it may be. It's these improvements to keep making it better. In regards to design and stuff, we got it pretty set of where it is right now. It would just be, you know,
Maybe
minor,
a new chair.
maybe a new chair.
The way it is very versatile. It would be hard to see, you know, a lot of places where you would need to change it much. I always, anytime somebody comes up with something unique, it's always like, oh, what else is in that brain of yours that might pop out, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's American made for us is really important too. Like even with our brown dog welding merchandise and all that stuff, it's always right from the start. It was like, I don't care if it costs more, it's going to be American made.
The costing more, that's exactly it. Like when you pay for this quality, you're getting quality. I don't want to just say it's American made because some American products aren't the best, but like we hold true to the quality of our product, and every single chair that goes out, this is our brand name, and we want to make sure that we craft the style behind it to make sure that every chair that leaves our facility is of the top notch. And if you're spending $500 on a chair, you're going to get a $500 chair, and it is going to be the best damn chair that you've ever had in your life.
And
Like
while
you
the
said-
price point is tied in with like the U.S. manufacturing, U.S. parts, it also goes in the fact that like we're enthusiasts. The chair was built by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. So it was not designed by some company that never used a chair and was designed, you know,
Right.
and certain things were cut so that you could increase profit. It was essentially like the ultimate chair was built, and then, okay, then we added it all together, and now this is what it costs. So we didn't do it with cost in mind. We did it with quality in mind and what we wanted in the shop chair, because we knew if we wanted it, other enthusiasts would want it. And that's what separates us from just a corporate company to just an enthusiast company for other enthusiasts. If we built it and we liked it, we know other people would as well.
Very cool. So I've been at General Dynamics Land Systems since 2010 and in the prototype shop, and we have a fab area. And we've always had the shop class stools, the tin ones with sort of like the particle board seat. And I've been looking for options for us for years, and there just wasn't anything out there, right? But the other thing with working with a company like that, it's hitting them up at the right time where they have a certain budget and a certain pocket that they can pull out of. So you just kind of bug them all the time, and then hopefully it hits. And the timing with this was just perfect. We got the chairs right around Christmas. And man, like the guys in the shop, their eyes just lit up. Like it's such a night and day difference. Our plant manager came back and said something to me. I'm like, yeah, I thank you. And my back also thanks you. Like this is a long time coming. It's a long time coming, but really up until you guys showed up, there was nothing there. Like I would go to FabTech or SEMA or these different trade shows. There just weren't any good options. And you guys filled a hole that like so many people didn't even know we needed for whatever reason. It's pretty awesome.
Right. And that's the thing too, is every chair that's out there right now, any product addition that we make. So you got the chairs before, you said around Christmas. So like, for example, at that point, we thought the chairs were great and everything. Okay, that's the final product that we're going to be launching. But then we made it even better with the quick height attachment. So it's like, we could have just stopped at the Acme rod and said, okay, enough's enough. But it's like, okay, let's make it even better with the quick height attachment. Maybe people want to adjust their height much quicker, much faster versus the Acme rod. We didn't need to, but it's like, we just have that constant need for improvement at the core.
When we see that, like this is the chair that's built to last a lifetime. When we're making these improvements, we make sure that we stand by that, saying this is the last chair you'll buy. All these new things that we do can be added to your existing chair. So the person that bought a chair a year ago, oh man, I wish I would have waited. And goes, no, you can just buy this little part and swap it on your chair. It literally is going to be the last chair you buy. So.
Yeah, that's huge. That's awesome. It was funny. One of the guys I work with, after that first week we had him, he said that he had gone to a friend's shop to weld something for him. And he's like, listen, if you're going to have me keep coming over here to do this work, you need to buy one of these chairs that we just got. And like, the only thing is, he's like, do they make something where the casters lock? And literally that day you guys messaged me and you were like, hey, we're going to do this thing with these locking casters. And it's just that kind of that thought process of like, okay, this is what like some people are maybe going to need this, so let's try this out. And the fact that you can add that to the chair that you already have is awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, the casters roll too well that you might have to lock them. So
that's the thing. But like, if you don't have those, then every time you hit a little piece of filler or something, you're stopping and falling out of the chair. I did have to get used to after the first few days, like turning around and making sure the chair was there when I went to sit down, because the slightest bump and it's like, it's across the shop. So that was my only real adjustment to it. Other than that, it's been perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely much nicer than the other shop stools that we have.
Yeah.
Like who thought that someone would reinvent the chair? You know, like I joke around all the time that it's one of those things that like literally every guy, girl that's ever been in the garage or anything that needed a shop chair, they all wanted something better, but no one did anything about it. And then
exactly.
Why something about it, you know?
It's so crazy that
earlier.
It's bonkers that it took this long, but now it's like, man, it's almost indispensable at this point. Like, wow, it's great on social media seeing everyone try out the rollers because they are so ridiculous. Like, I wish I had some. There was actually one guy at the shop where he came back and I was like, man, nobody's supposed to tell you we had these chairs back here, because he's like, jumping on them and sliding all the way down the aisle and doing all that kind of crazy stuff. So
I was gonna say that's how I did this. I was messing around on your chair, but that's a lie. That is not what happened.
It happened very easily.
There was someone dropping in on a half pipe at a show recently.
I saw that. Yeah. That was awesome. Back in the day, my dad worked at Steelcase in Grand Rapids for almost 30 years. And I worked there for a few years. And on some of the shipping docks, guys would always have like office chair races. And it's like, it would just be a cheat code. It'd be like the dad who makes the Pinewood Derby car that's basically like an F1 car raced against all the other, like it just wouldn't be fair. You'd have to handicap it.
Yeah, right.
Four buses in the lead.
Right. No shit.
So tell us a little bit about, what does your shop look like? What does production look like for these chairs?
So yeah, we actually just moved into a new facility late last year. So we upgraded to a 45,000 square foot facility here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And it's been a dream come true because it's allowed us to expand operations and reduce lead times. I think our lead times right now are down to 2 to 3 days for just the standard chairs. Customization, we're proud to announce that it's down to like a week and a half to 2 weeks, and hopefully sooner, since we'll be doing some majority of the embroidery in-house.
Nice.
But it's a lot to just grow and bring all operations here versus relying on local vendors to provide us everything. We can move at our own pace versus somebody else's. So that only benefits the customers so much more because we can get it out faster. We can improve the quality. We have more quality control over everything that goes out the door, and it's just a win-win for everyone. But facility's been awesome. Team's growing tremendously, and we're adding a ton of new talent to the team. So we're super excited for the future growth of Vyper.
Right on.
For example, the old shop, we were kind of tied down to like one assembly line, and it was tough to get stuff out. We didn't have storage room and stuff like that. But now we have multiple assembly lines, so we can get stuff out quicker, like you said, and then we have a separate area for the welders that are like kind of like the personnel over here. We have our own welders in house. We have packagers as well, and just we have more space now for new products. So we're not going to just be a chair company soon, and we have the ability to like act on those other ideas and really just anything that needs to improve in the shop, we're going to do it. So
I saw there's a fan on your website. I just noticed. That looks pretty cool.
Yep.
It's a game changer.
It is. It moves a ton of air. One thing that we were sick of is the 3-speed dial. So a lot of the fans, you only have an option of 3 speeds. So 1's too low, 2 you can barely feel it, and 3's like a freaking hurricane. Yeah. You can't hear anything in the garage. So what's awesome about the Vyper fan is its variable speed. So it's got a dial in the back, and you can adjust it from, I think it's, don't quote me, I think it's 1,000 to 1,800 RPM.
Okay. Wow.
And you have that entire range to work with in regards to the fan speed. But the greatest thing is that it's quiet. It is so quiet. You could have it at max speed, and we could have it in the room, and you could still have a conversation over it.
Oh, yeah, it's what we put on max just to show people, and we can sit there, stand directly over the fan and talk to them normally.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, the magic behind it is that it pushes cold air. I'm down in Florida, and I have my shop, and there's the expensive Air King fans that were known as the the high-end fans, but they're really noisy, they're really loud, they just move around hot air. The cool part about these is the way it's designed is that it pushes out cold air. So it's a night and day difference from any other fan on the market in the sense that it produces cold air rather than just moving around warm heat and throwing that at you and cooling you down a little bit. This actually cools you down, which makes it super nice to have.
Right on. That's awesome. If we're in the shop filming or something, it's like, I gotta turn all the fans off because they're so freaking loud.
Yeah.
It eliminates that completely. It's so nice. Like it's funny, we film videos now with the fans on. It's just a nice luxury that we, I think we take for advantage now, but it's really nice.
Right on.
But it comes with a nice 3-mount floor mount and comes with a wall attachment option as well. So it's great because if you have it on the floor mount, you can just pull it off and then put it right onto the wall mount. So
neat.
Yeah, so pretty much you can move it around wherever you need it.
You're talking about expanding, maybe doing other like shop items that like you were talking about having a background working in garages and stuff. Like, can you talk about any of it, or is it all kind of like on the down low? Or
yeah, definitely. So chairs really got our name out into the industry as quality products, and that's really what we want to capture under the Vyper brand. Where whenever somebody purchases a Vyper product, they know that it's a quality product, and that's what we really want to emphasize with everything that we do. And this will
no matter what you're making.
No matter what we're making, it is going to be the highest quality product out there, and it's going to be better than anything else out there as well. Again, like Alex was saying before, is we're not so focused on price. We're focused on quality, and the price will back itself. So the market and the target market that we're trying to hit, they really don't care about price because they know that whatever they pay for a Vyper product is going to be quality. It's going to be top notch. It's going to last them a lifetime. But not only that, they're going to have the best experience with it too. And they're going to have the best customer service. And that's really what we're trying to build behind the Vyper brand. And in regards to different products, we have some stuff coming into the welding and fabricating industry, not chair related. One's targeted more just for welders. We have other stuff coming out for the detailing industry. So we're trying to hit every single market we possibly can.
Like one of the things we can talk about, because we displayed it at SEMA and stuff, we kind of teased it, is we have some new tool carts coming out. And like just another struggle with industries, all the industries, is like, you go to Home Depot or wherever and you have like a couple options for tool carts and you're like, oh, okay, and, I guess I can make that work for what I can do. I can kind of put this here and this here. So, but they have the little wheels, they don't roll over stuff. They're plastic. They're not well made. If they're metal, they're thin metal. They have tiny bolts. So we took it a step farther. We made it a Vyper tool cart. So it's the same heavy gauge steel, powder coated, big giant wheels, so it can roll over extension cords and all that stuff on debris on the ground. And then the cool part about it is that we're making it modular, and in that sense, because we are really in the chair industry right now, we're multi-industry solutions. So what we started as a welding chair, where detailers, race shops, fabricators, doctors, surgeons are using our chairs in the operating room. So like we cater to a really wide variety of customers. And so that's going to go over to the same thing with our tool carts. And when I say modular, what we're going to do is we have developed a rack system. So the goal is to create X amount of racks for each industry. So you're not just like using this rack and trying to figure out how to put your tools in it. We're making racks that are specific for detail tools, specific for welders tools, specific for, whatever industry. And so like literally you can get your core cart that's going to last you forever, and then you can pick and choose what attachments you need for your job, and you can literally put them wherever you want. You can build the perfect cart for you.
That's awesome. Yeah, modular is the way to go. That's a really, really cool concept. That'll be very useful for sure.
We have ideas for things not even related to the garage industry, so we're just having fun with it. Again, quality is the main thing that we're going for, and anything that it is, whether it be something for the garage industry or even something that you wear, it is going to be the nicest quality product that you can buy.
Like you said, you build your brand on quality, and then the goal after that is you just don't let it drop off. It's like when you're welding and somebody's like, well, nobody's going to see that weld. It's like, yeah, but it's my weld, it's my signature. You've got your name on it. You've got your blood, sweat, and tears into it. I think that's the best you can hope for, is that your name becomes synonymous with quality, or like the best thing in the field. And now, people hear Vyper Chair, Vyper Industrial, and and they're going to know what they're getting is top notch for sure.
Yeah, I mean, with the chair alone, you guys have set the bar really high for yourselves. So
It's interesting. You were even talking about like surgeons, and I was actually had that thought going through my head. Like there's a lot of different industries or even just like career paths that could use a chair like this. And like a surgeon, obviously tattoo artists would be huge. You know, I'm sure they're a big clientele.
Artists. We even have some government contracts with the United States Air Force.
Oh, right on.
It's such a wide variety. I mean, a lot of people work on machines or Humvees or jets, whatever it may be, and they have to sit all day. They have to have a reliable chair, especially in that industry. They don't buy cheap stuff. They buy the top of the line stuff. And right when they saw our ads, they're like, hey, we have to have this. And especially that it's American made, it's a done deal.
Heck yeah.
Right. And little side note, you're a welder yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Did you appreciate the TIG welds on your rail?
Oh, heck yeah. Actually, you know what? On the bottom tabs, I ended up wrapping them because it's like a habit. Yeah. It's a habit I'm in at work. So I'm like, you know, I might as well just add my little touch to this while I've got it. Putting it together on my weld bench.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could wrap it around. We just
they're pretty welds, really pretty welds, really, really nice work on it for sure.
But you know, fabricators, they can't just leave anything alone.
Yeah,
so.
I had a little touch on it, you know.
Was it Vyper quality though? Just kidding.
That one hit home.
Yeah. I'm joking because I've never seen stuff that's super high quality.
This hasn't been such a good interview, I guess. Jeez.
We're always drooling all over the stuff you make, trust us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you do phenomenal work. You guys ever find yourself in the Wisconsin Green Bay area?
We've been there a few times. We actually visited Miller a handful of times out there.
Oh, in Appleton?
Yeah.
Yep. Love their facility. It's
it's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, we'll have to next time we're in the area, we'll definitely look you guys up.
Come by, check out the shop.
Check out the shop for sure.
Yeah, we would love to.
I'm a factory rat. Like I just love shops.
Well, one thing that we're starting to do, I don't know if it's of any interest, but we're starting to team up with other companies or organizations like yourself for limited drop chairs.
Oh, awesome.
So if that's of interest to you, we can talk behind the scenes. But like, I'm going to give you an example. I'm sitting on one of them right now. The all black.
Yeah.
This was one of the most popular chairs and sold out in 30 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, sick.
How many of them did you make?
We made, I think, what was it, 30, 35?
Yeah. It was our first run. We did like black hardware, all that stuff. And we wanted to really see like how the public would take it, and it went better than expected. And that's really what we emphasize is that we're American manufacturers. We do all this stuff ourselves. So we can literally, like, you guys want to do a collab, we'll go out to the shop, we'll have them made tomorrow type deal. And we can do all this stuff. And like with the limited editions that we want to do, we want different materials, you know, we want to emphasize and show off all the different stuff we do. We're not just limited to these little things. We're not even just limited to the colors and the stitching that we do. Like the sky's the limit. We want to do, you know, just crazy and crazier stuff like titanium bolts or something crazy where it fits in, like, you know. So that's, I think, like something like I'm thinking like the stressed brown leather for like the brown dog. Like there's so
for
much
sure.
Stuff
For sure. I'm a material geek too. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like we were talking with some race shop, they were wanting to do something like that. So they're talking about doing like, you know, in a lot of those chairs, like Saybelt chairs, they have like a certain material for the race seats. And so they're like, let's do it like that. So we want to just, you know, get crazy with it and show how much, you know, what American manufacturing is all about, and getting crazy with it and doing stuff different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of being versatile and having all this the skill and the mindset if you can't put it to good use, being creative with it? I love it. That's awesome.
Right.
And I think a lot of that passion and creativity gets passed on to the user then, you know, we feel it as we're using it, and that goes into whatever we're doing. That's one of the reasons why we love, you know, good quality American made stuff that has a lot of that passion and creativity behind it, because it just feeds what we do. So thanks for what you're doing. It makes
absolutely.
And people appreciate it for sure.
More than just the product, you know. If you're passionate about it and you build a culture around something like this, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's something you can fake a lot of things, but those are the passion you can't fake, and people can smell BS or being inauthentic from a mile away.
Yep.
And it means a lot, especially when you're doing something that's a premier item. Like people want to have that, like, okay, I know this person, they cared about it when they built this, and that's a big deal.
Absolutely. And one thing that's huge with us too is feedback. So a lot of the new ideas or the new features that we've added to the chair was from feedback of customers. So being a newer company, you have to listen to your customers. And
Absolutely.
a lot of companies fail in this aspect and they will ignore them or take it as criticism, where you have to take that feedback and implement it. And obviously there's feedback where you got to push aside and maybe it's not the best idea, but like take majority of what people are saying. And if it's good feedback and something that you agree with, you have to implement it. And it's only going to make your product better. And that's allowed us to make this product great, like Alex was saying, for every single industry. We've made it great for detailers. We made it great for welders, fabricators, paint, dent, repair, dentists, doctors, you name it. And it's a multi-industry chair built by pretty much the customers.
And what's funny about that is like, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that no one sees. Like when we're talking about taking that feedback and applying it and stuff like that, there's a lot of times where we do that just, to test and like, no, this is awful, like we're out there trying it, because we hear it and like, if it's a valid concern that someone else is going to have that concern, let's see if it works. And, a lot of times it doesn't, but we wouldn't know if we didn't try. And that's what's
Absolutely.
cool about being an American company and a manufacturing company is we have the ability to next day pump out a prototype and see what it looks like and see how it works and if it can evolve into a product that we offer.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's so rad. You guys have set yourself up well to do that.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, if it's of any interest to you guys to do a collaboration on a limited edition chairs, maybe we can even get a good cause or a nonprofit behind us to donate some money towards. That's what we want to do. We want to help any organization that we possibly can.
Right on. Yeah.
More than just about the chairs,
Right.
So.
Same here.
Right
here.
on.
Yeah.
Make a stop down to Green Bay. Let us know when you're coming. We'll have a limited edition chair for you guys to take home.
Right on. Very cool. We'd make a trip just for that, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
I need my own chair.
Yeah,
He needs a chair.
I do.
I agree with that.
Thanks so much, you guys. You'll have to keep us posted when new stuff is coming out. And obviously we follow you on your social media.
Yes. VYPER
All right.
chair. Well, thanks again for your time, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Take
All right,
care.
Absolutely.
thanks.
Thank
Great
you.
to meet you.
Yeah,
Bye.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Since talking with the Vyper team, they introduced their new Low Pro chair design with its detachable wide seat, narrow base, and plenty of storage space. Check it out at vyperindustrial.com and be sure to follow at Vyper Chair on Instagram. Thanks again to Dayne, Dylan, and Alex for catching up with us, and thanks to you for watching this episode of Still Building America.